and welcome to Horse Racing Ireland's 5 to Follow. So last weekend we had one winner, and that was our Connor, who won the Spring Juvenile Hurdle at Leopardstown. He is entered in the JCB Triumph Hurdle and at Cheltenham, and he is a leading fancy. This weekend's racing is at Gowran on Saturday. Unfortunately, we lost the chase races at Gowran, but we do have 4 hurdle races and 2 bumpers happening there on Saturday. Now, Navan was lost to the ground, but it is being run on Tuesday. So, Martin, you have the first 2 selections for this week's 5 to Follow?
Well, yes, sir, indeed. And our very first selection comes in the very first race, which is at 2:35, the Shantou at Burbage Maiden Hurdle. And in this race, I'm going to go for a horse trained by Brendan Duke, a horse called Welsh Neighbour. Now, this one, formerly trained in England, he had some decent form in the flat over there. His 2 runs over hurdles to date, where both came at Leopardstown, and he ran quite well last time when he was third to Fat Cat in the Hat. But the likely favourite here is another one of William Mull's, called D. Jack Adam, and he was a likely winner at Thurles last time until he came down at the very last flight. But I think Welsh Neighbour, around 4 or 5 to 1, has a good each way shout in that race. Now for the second selection this week, it comes in the very feature race, the 3:10, the Red Mills Trial Hurdle Grade 2 event. And I'm going to go for last year's winner, Zaidpur, trained by William Mullins and the mount of Paul Townend. Zaidpur has been a most consistent performer again this season. He won the Grade 1 race, the Hatton's Grace Hurdle at Ferryhouse in early December, and since then has finished twice runner-up over 3 miles on both occasions. 2 miles is a little bit sharp for him, all right, and tomorrow's opposition is a bit stronger than last year. He certainly won't be at 4 to 1 on like he was last year. He will be a better price than that. But I think he should be good enough to beat his stable companion, So Young, with Charles Burns' Arnaud, one with a bit of a chance, and also Dermot Wells' Hissabat, who was a good horse last year, yet to reproduce that type of form this year. But I think he's got a good chance. So they're my 2 selections so far. So for the third selection, Sarah, where are we going then?
Well, the third selection is in the 3:40. Now, you have to bear with me while I try and pronounce this race title, but it is the Man vs Beast turntome.org challenge on Saturday the 9th of March handicap hurdle. Now, my selection in that is for some kind of superstar. There is another horse that he faces called Rogue Angel, who I like a lot, but I think he does perform better on good ground. And some kind of superstar was placed in 7 of his 8 races over fences last year, and he was also 5th recently in the Thyestes Chase, which is a Grade A at Gowran. So he's off a nice lightweight here over a 2-mile 4 trip, and I think the ground will be no problem. So he would probably be an each way selection for me in that race. On to the 4th selection then, which is in the 4:10, is the Holden Plant Rentals handicap hurdle, and my selection in this is for Owen Doyle's runner Lookout Now. He's had some very nice form already over hurdles and fences this season, with 1 win over hurdles and 2 over fences, and he actually won his last race at Gowran over fences by 16 lengths. So I'd expect a big run from him in that. So you have the 5th selection then for this week's 5 to Follow?
Well, yes, Sarah. To round off the selections this week, it comes in the 4:45 race, which is the Ronan Lawler Memorial Mares Pro-Am Flat Race. Now, this bumper race for mares is quite an open contest, and the one I like here is trained by Ronald O'Neill. It's called Kyman's Way, and will be the mount of his son John. She's been pretty consistent this year. She's been placed on 2 or 3 occasions, has no problem with heavy ground, and she just might be good enough to win here. She certainly deserves to open her account. And that's our selections for this week. That's our 5 selections. So where are we heading next week?
Well, next weekend we have Fairyhouse on Saturday, which features the At the Races Bobby Joe Chase. And we also have Paddy Power Cheltenham Trials Day at Naas on Sunday, featuring 3 Grade 2s and also the Jockey Olympics, which is also a bit of fun on the day. So it should be great racing next weekend. So Irish Horse TV will be filming at Gowran on Saturday. So if you see the cameras, make sure to say hello. And if you do miss any of the action at Gowran on Saturday, you can also check it out next week. So for more information on any of the racing, you can visit goracing.ie or also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.
Go Racing. Go online. GoRacing.ie. Horse Racing Ireland's official website.